Hello everyone, I'm Frosty4, and welcome to Frostin's Paradise. And it's not spawn camping, it's called practice, according to this admin. So I get into this game, and things are looking pretty grim, since the other team has higher level people. Not that that means everything, because plenty of closet colonels this far into the game. And you got this blueberry on the mortar, and I don't think he gets a single kill the entire game. If he does get a kill in the kill feed, I didn't notice. If he does, leave a comment, I want to know. And I also got this kid on my team called M16 Only Try Hard. And speaking of the M16, come on guys, how am I gonna go full swag YOLO M16 without full auto fire? Started me out semi-auto fire. So I go on up to Alfalfa, get Alfalfa, and the way that IRM comes probably seems weird to you. I don't know if you do it the same way, but I put my right thumb on the circle button, then move my left thumb over to the right thumbstick, and then look around to aim with that. It seems a little silly, but it works for me. So I'll get Alfalfa, and I chuck a grenade in there for good measure, trying to ball hard. And checklist. The whole checklist thing is just, you start out from the top of the list, chronological order, whatever class you're using, and you get at least one kill with that gun, and then when you die, you switch to the next gun list. Pretty simple, pretty fun. I suggest trying it in the next game that you play. I'm doing no attachments for this one, just to see how well I can do with no attachments. And the M16A3, with no attachments, it's got a pretty heavy kick up to the right. And I move on over to Baby Greens. And look, this is just the choke point right here. This little doorway, everybody loves this little doorway for this set of MCOMs and the next set of MCOMs. So, I tried to arm Bravo several times, but they just destroyed our tank, and none of my team's pushing up with me. And okay, I just rewatched Requiem for a Dream the other night. It's a pretty good movie, but I got two things that I don't like about it. They're not that big of a deal, but two things. One, the dramatic, loud theme music. Like, one scene, it's like super loud, dramatic music, and then it's, I can't hear them talking, so I gotta turn the volume back up. And then it's super loud, dramatic theme music again. And I gotta turn it back down, because I don't want to wake the neighbors up, you know? Like, alright, we get it, it's dramatic. But other than that, the editing's really good. And thank you for the smoke, bro. I need the smoke to arm the MCOM. The other thing I don't like about the movie is how ridiculous the hospital visit is. I mean, come on. Even if he was sitting there in the ER with a huge mountain of cocaine, like Tony Montana at the end of Scarface, you can't just arrest someone when they have an infection that's life-threatening and not give them medical attention. I mean, that guy's, yeah, okay, he's got an infected track mark. But, I mean, damn, just handcuff him to the bed or something while you're treating him. And up next, I didn't even get a really good chance to use the M416. That gun's just, you don't even need any attachments to that gun. But up next, we got the AEK, and I really like the AEK. I mean, you don't even need a foregrip on this gun. Once you get used to the iron sights, I mean, we don't even need to talk about the rate of fire. And thank you for that smoke, bro, smoking me up. So I'll get Baby Greens. And I'm probably going to talk a lot about recent movies I watched, like the last movie I watched, or before I did a video, like commentary for a video. Channel that I suggest you checking out. I always look forward to it. They do it at once every other week. Due to, like, it takes a long time for them to make videos. But welcome to the basement. I'm going to put a link down in the description. Their channel name is called Blame Society Films, but the show on that channel called Welcome to the Basement. So great. If you're into movies, I highly suggest you check it out. And up next is the M16A4. And I absolutely dread the M16A4. And you ain't got time to bleed. And you ain't got time to bleed. And I just dread the M16A4 because it's terrible. I mean, look at this. I don't care what attachments you put on this gun. The burst on, and this is what they're planning on putting as the M16 in Battlefield 4. Now they're obviously going to tweak it so it's not as terrible, but I mean, I don't even, whenever I come up on the M16A4, I'm just like, screw it. I don't care if I die. And I got killed by a noob. A noob? With... I don't... What did he kill him with? M416, I don't even know what he killed him with. But... I made a huge mistake, and I threw down that med pack before way too in the... when I shouldn't have. Don't do that. That's one of the biggest things I can suggest, like, to improve your gameplay, is just don't throw it on the mid pack at the wrong time. And up next is the F2000. And I love the F2000. It's really got a good feel to it, even with no attachments. It's got, you know, but I just totally didn't even get a chance to have fun with this gun because I tried to go for the Rambo revive and push forward too quickly. And on that note, it's time for the beer of the video, or beer of the day, whatever you want to call it. And today, I'm drinking Twister Creek IPA, or India Pale Ale, from Denali Brewing Company, out of Talkeetna, Alaska. Just 2.5 hours north of where I'm currently living, in Anchorage, Alaska. And it's 6.5% ABV, 71 IBUs, and if you don't know what IBUs are, they are international bittering units, and it's just a scale they use for how bitter the beer is going to be. But that can change depending on how the malts they put in. And it's not that bitter. So, you know what? It's time to read the description. As winter frees its icy grip on the highest mountain in North America, Denali's many tributaries rush to quench untamed places near and far. Drawing inspiration from the lushness born by these local waters, Twister Creek IPA balances peak hops atop a robust blend of malts for an unfiltered, in-the-flow, Alaska-style adventure. And this beer is very tasty. It's not, if you're a fan of IPAs, I highly suggest it. And look at this revive that I get. Horrible revive. And Dom Will, he has just got the will. He has just got the will to put me down in this game. Okay, so this beer. Great smell. It's definitely good for that Alaska adventure. This is a beer I could drink year round. And actually visited Denali Brewing Company in Talkeetna. And what a cool place, man. And they had one of the best beers I've ever had in my life there. It's called Imperial Squared. It was on tap only beer, and it was 12%, I think. And it was just, it had the best smell and best flavor, top 3. You know, and I've tried hundreds and hundreds of beers over the years. Up next is the G83A3, and I don't even really know what to say about this gun. I just throw that tugs because I don't want the recons finding me. And I always think back to World at War when I played the demo. Just the funniest thing, a recon plane will find them. And Jack Bauer, I really wish they could bring Jack Bauer to Battlefield 4. And Dom Will just putting us down, but I had to defend Alfalfa. And I was hoping that spawn beacon would help us out up on that bridge, because I am a huge advocate of picking up kits and throwing down equipment. And he's just putting me down, hopping around. So, I switched squads, because I'm going to take advantage of everything I got when I'm not playing with friends or people I know. Make that MCOM push. And all these, and bowling! Ooh, almost didn't get that. All these dudes are following my lead. And otherwise, you know what you get? These blueberries just hang out back at the doorway at Alpha, and they just pay attention to KD, or they hang out in the left hallway and hide behind a box. So they make a big push, and everyone just swarms the crap out of me. Car explodes, and that's it for me. But, and my phone's going off. Don't you interrupt me. Don't you interrupt me in my videos. I ain't got time to breathe, though. And you ain't got time to breathe. Get on up. And the KH2K. I really enjoy this gun. Without any attachments, it definitely needs like a foregrip in for me personally. It's got some heavy recoil, but that's the classy. That is a classy burst fire gun, much like the N94. The M16A4 is just garbage. So I'm gonna make a push on up to Baby Greens. And the recon plane has found me. Oh no! But I get Dom Will before I get taken down. And but I take advantage of that squad switch. And I'm next up is the AK-74M. And you might got time to bleed. And look at this, look at this spawn protection. I don't get this ever. I don't know about you, but I never ever even get close to that much spawn protection. I don't get 20 bullets pumped into me. My screen is still black and I'll die. My gun won't come out. And don't you go on up on my billboard, kid. But anyway, the AK-74M, obviously it's one of those guns you start out with. And it's pretty good. Other than the slow rate of fire, you don't even need any attachments for it. If it had 100 more bullets per minute from the fire rate, everybody would be using it. You know, everybody would be using that instead of the UMP. But I don't even want to talk about the UMP. We're not talking about the UMP. So I can't even move here, and I hate it. That used to piss me off more than anything when I used to play Call of Duty like 2 and 4. Is when people are just standing in the way and you can't move and you just get killed and you're just like pulling your hair out like I'm getting killed because of my teammates. But I'm making a push on up to Alfalfa. I always push Alfalfa because if the other team gets the tank, you are not going to get Alpha. So I just leave the blueberries up and the Smurfs to get Bravo, and I always make a push for Alpha. And here's a clear example of how good the AK-74M can be, even at long range. You just kind of put some taps in there and you can get it. And everybody in my team just gets wrecked right here. And I don't even get a chance to use my revive bait tactic, where even though they're laying there and I know they're gonna get killed as soon as I revive them, which is totally a dick move, but I hope, you know, I do it in hopes that the other team is gonna waste all their bullets, and then I poke out when they're reloading, and then I just revive my teammate again, which usually works out for me. But right here, it ain't working, so I'm just like, screw it. I'm going in Alpha. I'm going in. Come on, guys, let's go in. And wow, Blueberry's arming. I can't believe it. And I'm almost out of bullets here, and it does not help me out at all. And by the way, I totally forgot to mention, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions for beer for me to feature on the episode and comment about, talk about the flavor of it, yada yada yada, go ahead, post some suggestions if you're old enough to drink some beer in the comments. And I totally take advantage of the squad switch, and I don't even get a chance to show you how bad the FAMAS is with the iron sights. And I think everyone knows how terrible the FAMAS iron sights are. And I didn't think that was gonna be. I totally thought that was friendly grenades, but it don't matter because we finally get the tank to come up and help out. Finally. So my KD wasn't that great that game, but I don't care. I was only there for 60 MCOMs. I got 3 of them, so we come out with the win. And for this video's post-game clip, I've got some crossbow explosive action on Xanax Gardens. And I don't know if it is totally just me. I'm not even going to say it. I don't know if this is just me. When I go up to knife somebody, an unsuspecting recon, and they got a motion sensor down, it's like they should totally know I'm coming to knife them. What's going through their head while they're sniping? And it always just makes me think of the scene from that movie The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage back in the 90s, where the guy's just like trying to snipe Nicolas Cage, and he's like, I got you, baby. Oh, baby, come on, I got you. I can't even do it justice. I'm going to put a link in the description with a timestamp for that. And if you want a good laugh, I highly suggest you check it out because it's hilarious. I can watch that every day. It's so fun. But I've also got some other links in the description as well. And how could I forget? How could I forget? How am I going to be M16 MLG Pro without that squad sprint? Seriously, what a squad sprint. But seriously, I run squad flak because not many people use squad flak, and everyone's running squad sprint. Like, how many times have you gone into a squad and everyone in the squad's got squad sprint on? Like, what do you guys think you're gonna go super? Oh, I hope somebody comes in squad sprint because if we get a fourth squad sprint guy, we can go supersonic and just run it infinitely. But anyway, on that note, thank you very much for watching. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and stay frosty.